Happy Christmas Eve. I am going to go through just a short yoga routine for those of you that have asked me about yoga, which has been several of you. I started a new job in Kansas City, and since I've started that, working 3 12-hour shifts as a nurse at Truman, I've been able to have yoga class. That and with my kids' activities, it just hasn't worked out. So I know many of you are missing yoga, and I thought this would be a good way to do it. I'll just kind of record what I've been doing at home. So when I do yoga, I'll just record a video and let you all have that. And then you can follow along if you want to. You can stay in a pose longer if you want. You can kind of make it your own practice. I'm not going to talk a ton in these videos. I'm going to guide you through what to do, and in some of the poses I'll tell you where you should feel it and kind of some minor adjustments you can make. But for the most part, I'm just going to guide you through, and I'm not going to do a lot of extra talking. Sometimes that can be distracting. So let's begin in child's pose. Bring your big toes together. Knees out as wide as you need to bring your chest down, or if it's more comfortable, keep your knees in. I prefer to have my knees out. Stretch forward. Let me scoot back on my mat just a little bit. Stretch forward and then rest your forehead in the mat. Sometimes our arms, we like to have them all the way straight out. You can have your elbows bent a little bit more relaxed. And then just start to breathe in through your nose. Take a nice long deep breath. And then out through your mouth. And just let's stay here for a few moments. Thread the needle. Bring your right arm, keep your forehead on the ground after you thread the needle back. So you'll bring your right arm under and then bring your forearm or your forehead back to the ground. So let's kind of thread the needle in child's pose. So we're stretching our right shoulder. So it's through your left arm. So under your chest, out the left side. And switch sides. Press up. Now your left arm under your chest and out your right arm, out your right side. Sorry, sometimes I say things in my head and they totally make sense, and then I listen to what I said and I'm like, that makes no sense at all. So I apologize for that. So this is stretching your left shoulder. Press up to tabletop. So hands under shoulders, knees under hips, a nice long neutral neck. And we'll go through cat and cow. So start with cow pose, drop your belly, pull your shoulders up and back, look up, and you feel a good stretch on the front of your neck. Cat pose, draw your pelvis in, draw your chin to your chest, and you're going to lengthen your neck, the back of your neck. Press up firmly. So really stretch between your shoulder blades. You're sucking your tummy in, your belly button's all the way back. Cow pose. Move slowly, take a breath in. Cat pose. Exhale, round up. There is no reason to rush through any of this. I have found in myself, I've really slowed down in my yoga practice since I've been practicing at home and not teaching class. Cow pose, and you can add in anything extra you want. I like to just kind of move my body. But I've really slowed down. Sometimes in class when I taught, I would go really fast and not even realize it. But when I'm practicing, I like to slow down and feel the pose a little bit more. And sometimes, depends on the day or what I've done. Just keep going through cat and cow. Depending on what I've done, I need a little extra stretch in certain areas. Okay, return back to tabletop. Spinal balance. Keep your left foot straight back, your right arm straight forward. So your thumbs facing up. Your toes, left toes are pointed straight down. Now really start to use your left glute and raise your left leg up more. Press down with your left hand. Nice long neck. If you feel like your neck's you're starting to look up, slowly bring it back to a nice neutral neck. Stay right here. Take a breath. Exhale to tabletop and switch sides. Final balance on your other side. So right leg straight back. Try to keep your hips level. Left arm straight forward. And then once you've got your balance, use your right glute to lift your right leg more. So you really start to feel it in your right glute. Now bring your head back to neutral. When I lift my leg up, my head starts to lift up too. And I feel it in the back of my neck. So head back to neutral. Really reach your left hand forward. Keep your right toes flexed. Press down with your right hand. Breathe in. Tabletop. Breathe out. Happy pose. Knees under hips. Keep your hips up. And then stretch your arms forward. Bring your forehead to the ground. If you want, you can keep a pillow close by and rest your forehead on a pillow. And just slowly breathe. Press back up to tabletop. Tuck your toes. Downward dog. So you want your hands and your feet rather wide. So your feet are hip width apart. Your hands shoulder width. Mine are always the width of my mat. I have broad shoulders and it's hard for me to really open up in my shoulders. And then try to draw your chest back to the tops of your thighs. And you don't have to have straight legs. In fact, at the beginning of almost all of my practices, my legs are not straight. It's just too much on my hamstrings. And then I slowly bring one heel to the ground, bend the opposite knee and switch. So left heel down, right knee is bent, and I'm really feeling it in the back of my left leg. Switch, right heel down, left knee bent. Press in with your fingertips. Come back to down dog. Come up onto your tippy toes. And then slowly, slowly, slowly walk to the top of your mat for a ragdoll. So bend your knees generously. And you can grab opposite elbow in front of or behind your legs, kind of depending on, or you can interlace your fingers behind your back. I know sometimes my shoulders really slump forward. So this is a good way to open them up and to get them back into, sorry, I swallowed, I got my necklace in my mouth, to get them back where they need to be so they're not slouched so forward. Release your hands. Take a halfway lift, so legs can stay bent a little bit. Fingertips to your shins, your knees. Nice long line. Breathe in. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Reach up, nice and slow, all the way up. Look up, breathe in. Forward fold. Sometimes I get a little lightheaded when I do that, so I make sure I go extra slow. So take your time. Halfway lift. High plank. And we're gonna go through chaturanga. If you don't want to do that, just go back to down dog and just stay here and keep stretching. But if you're in your high plank, you can come to your knees if you want to. Hands are directly below your shoulders, looking kind of down and in front of you a little bit. Lower your arms until they're at 90. Lower your feet if you're on your knees. Look up. Upward dog. Downward dog. Tuck your toes. Go back. Anytime we do chaturanga, if you don't want to do that, skip it. Just go straight into downward dog. Come up onto your tippy toes in downward dog, and then drop your heels off to the right. Tippy toes, drop your heels off to the left. Come back to your tippy toes. Breathe in. Look forward, bend your knees, keep your heels lifted, and then jump or step to the top. Take a halfway lift, breathe in. Fold. Reach up, take a breath. Forward fold, come down. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. So you can move through this slowly. Step one foot back, then the other. Shift forward, press in hard with your fingertips. Lower halfway. Upward dog. Downward dog. Gotta kick your right leg up, bend your knee, and then just stay like this. So you should have a good stretch on the inside of your right leg. Your left leg. Press in firmly with your hands, trying to let your elbows bend like mine just were. Switch sides. Left leg up. Bend your knees, stack your hips. Come back to down dog. Take a breath. Step or jump to the top. Halfway lift. Fold. Reach up. Forward fold. Come down. This is our last time through Sunday. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Plant your hands. Step back. Lower. And you can come all the way down if you want to. Upward dog. And again, you can keep your thighs on the floor. Or press in the tops of your feet and lift up. Downward dog. Take a nice long slow breath in. Keep pressing in with your fingertips. Exhale. Jump to the top. Halfway lift. Fold. Chair. Sweep your arms up. Sit low like you're sitting in a chair. Feet together or apart, it doesn't matter. Wherever you're at, squeeze your legs tightly. Drop your shoulders down away from your ears. Arms up. Breathe in. Forward fold. Breathe out. Take a halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward dog. Right leg warrior one. Step your right foot forward. Drop your left heel. Up you go. So you've got that 90-degree bend in your front knee. Your back foot is parallel to the back edge of your mat. And then try to lift up your back arch. So you're really pressing into the outside of your back foot. Whew. Arms up. Breathe in. Now try to squeeze your legs together. So you're feeling it, your inner thighs, like you're squeezing your mat together. Warrior two, keep your legs. Arms straight line. Gaze over your front middle finger. Let's stay here for a breath in. A breath out. Reverse your legs. Stay where they're at. Reach up and back with your right hand. Stretching the right side of your body. Chaturanga. Again, right here, you can go right back to down dog if you want to. Maybe you do every other chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward dog. Left foot warrior one. Square your shoulders at the front of your mat. So you might feel a little wonky. You can shorten your stance if you need to. Warrior two. Breathe in. Breathe out. Reverse, reach your left arm up and back. Your right hand goes down your right leg. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward dog. Good. Can you already feel the back of your body opening up and loosening up? I can. I can already feel my hamstrings getting looser. My back opening up. Take one more breath. Exhale. Jump to the top. Or step. Halfway lift. Fold. Chair pose. Up you go. Good. Draw your low belly in and kind of tuck your tail a little bit. So your abs, squeeze them nice and tight. Bring your hands to heart center. Press your palms together. Breathe in. Out. Take another breath in. Up onto your tippy toes. You can do it. We're here just for a few seconds. Breathe in. Forward fold. Come down. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward. Downward. Good. Right foot warrior one. Warrior two. Reverse. Oh, and we're gonna stay right here for an extra breath. So keep your front knee bent, pushing through the back edge, the knife edge of your back foot. Reach up, chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward dog. Left foot warrior one. Step your left foot up. Drop your right heel so your back foot is parallel to the back of your mat. Sweep up. Warrior two, open. Now tuck your tail a little bit. If you feel like your booty's sticking out, drop it in. Squeeze your legs together. You're bunching up your mat. Reverse, stay right here. Really stretch that left side, your left side. Take one more breath. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward dog. Good, kick your right leg up. Lizard pose. Step your right foot outside of your right hand. Lower your hips down as far as you can, and I know I do, when I lower them down, I already feel a stretch in my inner thighs. Lower your left knee, your left foot, untuck your toes, and then let your right knee fall out and open. Stay right here. Lift it up, or you can grab a pillow if you want to and kind of rest on the pillow. If you want, you can come down to your forearms or all the way down. Depending on the day, depends on how far down I can go. I'm gonna stay lifted up today. So just stay here and breathe. If you feel like you're really, really tight, focus on your breath. So I know it might sound silly, but take a deep breath in through your nose. And on your exhale, try to relax where you're tight as much as you can. That's amazing what our breath can do. And then just not rushing through it. A lot of times we tend to rush through everything and we're not really ready to move on. Stay here for a couple more breaths. Slowly bring your right knee back in. Shift your weight back nice and slow. We're doing half splits. So you're sitting back on your left heel. Your right leg is long and in front of you. And you can bend your right knee if you want. And then just slowly walk forward. If you want to touch your head to your knee, you can. Or just go as much as you can until you're feeling it in your right hamstring. And again, use your breath. Nice long, slow inhales. Same with your exhales. See if you can make them longer than your inhales. And just feel your body relax. Plant your hands on either side of your right leg. Slowly shift forward. So your right knee is bent a lot and you're stretching the front of your left thigh. Arms up, really lean into it. If this is hard on your knees, you can always put a towel or a blanket or something under your knees. Give you a little more cushion. All the way up. Pretend like you're holding something heavy and look up and back. Good. Bring your hands back to the ground. Tuck your left toes. Step back for downward dog. And bend your left knee and try to reach your right heel as close to the mat as you can. Okay. Come back to down dog. Kick your left leg up. Lizard, step outside of your left hand. Lower your hips down. Oh, I feel it more on this side. Lower your right leg, untuck your right toes. And then start to let your left knee fall open. So I feel it right in my inner thigh and then all on my outside. So stay right here. Stay lifted if you want, or rest on something or come down. But use your breath. 2 more breaths right here. Slowly bring your left knee up. Shift all the way back, half splits on your left side. So sit back on your right heel, left toes are pointed to the ceiling. Keep your knee bent if you need to. And slow your breathing. Shift forward. Left knee is bent. Arms are up. And you should feel it on the right side of the front side of your right leg. Reach up and back. Try to create some space in your torso. So really lift up. Make your torso longer. One more breath. Come back to down dog. Oh, good. Let's take just a couple of breaths here. You can bend your knees and pedal your feet if you want. Kick your right leg up. Low lunge. Step your right foot this side. This time it's on low lunge. It's inside of your right hand. Keep your left hand planted. You can drop your left knee if you want or leave it up. Twisted low lunge. Reach your right arm up. So stay strong in your left hand. You have nice strong legs. Good. Now slowly start to pull the weight out of your left hand and rise up for twisted high lunge. Reach your fingers in opposite directions. Keep twisting. Breathe in. Twist. One more in. Warrior two. Spin your left foot around. Open up. Take a breath. Reverse, reach back. Chaturanga. Again, come right to down dog if you want, or you can move through your chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Pick your left leg up. Low lunge, left foot to left thumb. Twisted low lunge, right hand stays down, left hand goes up. I even feel this in my glutes, so you never know where you're going to feel it. Good. Nice and strong body. Breathe in. Rise up. Twisted high lunge. Good. Press the back, your right heel. Yeah, your right heel back to feel it more on the front of your right leg. And keep twisting. Breathe in. Twist. Take one more in. Warrior two. Open. Oh, sweet release. Reverse. Chaturanga. Upward. Downward. Right leg up. Low lunge. Crescent lunge. Sweep up. Shoulders down. Arms up. Nice strong arms. No one's moving your arms. Take a breath. Warrior three. Launch forward. Level your hips up, so you might need to drop that left leg a little bit. So you're balancing on your right foot. Arms forward, back, or heart center, whatever works for you. Nice long neck. So draw your chin in a little if you feel like you're cricking your neck. Stay right here. Breathe in. Crescent lunge. Slowly land your left foot and sweep up. Good. Breathe in. Warrior two. Reverse. Half moon. Launch forward again. This time right hand down. Left leg, left arm up. If you have a block or a chair or something, this is a great time to use that. If you fall out, it's okay. Just come back. Come back to crescent. And then warrior two. You're still in half moon. Good job. Come back to warrior two. Reverse, reach back. Chaturanga. Upward. Downward. Left leg up. Low lunge. Crescent lunge. Sweep up. Breathe in. Warrior three. Launch forward. So really try to press down equally with all four corners of your left foot. Keep a nice slight bend in your left leg. Take one more breath. Crescent lunge. Sweep up, nice and strong. Warrior two. Reverse. Half moon. Launch forward. Left hand down. Right arm, right leg up. Breathe in. Warrior two. Reverse. Chaturanga. Or just come back to down dog. I'm going to skip that chaturanga. I'm going to go right back to down dog. Good. Take a breath. Out. Good. Step your right foot to your right hand for low lunge. Crescent lunge. Come up. Pyramid pose. Come forward a little bit. Straighten your front leg. Your back toes are pointed off at a slight angle. I'm going to sneeze, I think. And then slowly square your hips and start to bend forward. Bringing your hands to your leg or to the floor. Your fingertips can grace the floor. And you'll have a nice stretch on the back of your right leg. If you need to bend your right knee a little bit, that's okay. I have to. It's just a little too much for my hamstring. Stay here for a couple of breaths. Plant your hands on the ground. Step back to down dog. We'll do the left side. So left leg up. Low lunge. Crescent lunge. Pyramid, step forward. Straighten your left leg. Right toes are pointed out just slightly. Square your hips and your shoulders. Slowly come forward. Take all the weight and work out of your neck. So just kind of let your head hang heavy. I apologize now for my breathing. I'm a heavy breather, especially when I'm doing yoga, which you're supposed to, but I apologize. You have to listen to it. Couple more breaths here. Plant your palms, step back for down dog. Good, breathe in. Out. And just slowly walk to the top of your mat. Take a halfway lift. Lengthen your back. Pull your shoulders back. Forward fold. Exhale. Reach up nice and slow. Again, we don't want any lightheadedness or dizziness. Tree pose. We'll just do one balancing pose today. So shift your weight into your left foot. Bring your right heel. Sorry, I got hair in my mouth. Bring your right foot to your left leg, wherever is fine. Sometimes my pants are slick and they won't stay up. Hands to heart center. Press your palms together. Keep a slight bend in your standing leg. You don't ever want to lock your knee out if you're doing a balancing pose. And stay right here or take any arm variation that you want. Stay focused. Focus on one spot and breathe. Bring your feet together, hands back to heart center, and then kind of shake it out. So let's do the other side. Reach up, bring your weight into your right foot, hands to heart center, and your left foot goes to your right leg. And you can keep your toes on the ground if you want to, or right on your ankle, it doesn't matter. Palms pressed together firmly. Find your spot, find your focal point, and then with laser focus, look right through it. Focus on your breathing and slowing your breaths down and your heart rate. Stay right like this with your hands at heart center, or take a different arm variation. Release your hands or your grip wherever you're at. Feet together, and then shake it out. That was our last standing pose. So reach up, breathe in. Forward fold. Take a halfway lift. And then come to a high plank. And then slowly lower yourself all the way down. Rest your cheek on the mat. And just enjoy this moment of rest. Switch sides, look the other direction. We'll do a couple of back bend poses. These are the hardest ones for me and for a lot of people. They look easy, but they're not. We're trying to, with these poses, get your posture back to where it needs to be. We spend a lot of our time hunched forward, so let's straighten that out. Okay, first one we're gonna do is baby cobra. So bring your hands to your rib cage, forehead's in the mat, your feet are together, tops of your feet will stay pressed into the ground. Slowly breathe in. On your exhale, lift just your chest off of the mat. So you're looking forward, pull your hands up so you're not using your hands. Squeeze your glutes together. Try to lift up top of your body, the front of your body off. You should start to feel this in your back. If it's too much, put your hands down and just don't lift up as far. But squeeze your glutes. Stay lifted. Relax all the way down. Next pose we'll do is locust pose. Bring your palms to the ground. You can do it like a low V. Your palms are facing down, or you can do a T pose. I don't have enough room to do a T pose, so I'll do a low V. Your feet can be together or apart. I like to have my big toes together and my heels fall apart. It just kind of feels good to me and the way my body is shaped. Take a breath. This time on your exhale, lift your upper body and your lower body off. So you're balancing just on your low ribs and your hip bones. Really lift up. Pull your shoulder blades together. You're squeezing them. You're pulling your hands back. Stretching your fingers out. Relax your face. Breathe in. Lift up. This is so good for your back. Breathe in. Lift up. One more in. Come all the way down. Half frog. Bring your right knee up and out. Arms can go wherever. Switch sides. And then slowly rise up and flip over onto your back. I'll do just a couple bridges, or you can do wheel if you want to. We'll start with bridge. Feet are at your glutes, arms at your sides. Try to glue your spine to the floor so you're completely pressed down to the floor. Good. Breathe in. And then slowly lift your pelvis, squeeze your glutes. I like to interlace my fingers behind my back and lift up. So there's about 4 to 6 inches between my knees, and I pretend like there's something between them and I squeeze them together. So I'm activating my legs. Everything is working right here. Keep lifted. I'm trying to bring my chest up to my chin, so I don't want to bring my chin to my chest. Bring my chest up to my chin. Stay right here. Breathe. Slowly lower down and come straight down and then leave your back flat. So resist the urge to draw your knees into your chest. All right, second pass at bridge. Or if you want to do wheel, bring your hands up by your ears. And when you lift up, you'll lift everything up. Like your arms, your legs. I'm not going to do that today, but you'll look like you're doing a back bend. If you've never tried it before, give it a try, even if you just stay up for a second. My wrists are a little bit sore, so I'm not going to do that today. So second pass at bridge, breathe in. Lift up on your exhale. So really squeeze your thighs together. Squeeze your glutes. This is not an easy, relaxing pose. Lift up a little higher. If you're in bridge, awesome job. Keep pressing in strong. Stay lifted for 5, 4, 3, 2. Lower down. Bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees come out. So you're in butterfly pose. Relaxed butterfly. Place one hand on your heart, one on your belly. Then breathe. When you take your inhale, see if you can get the hand on your belly to rise. And then try to see if you can get a little bit more relaxed with each exhale. Slowly bring your knees together and draw your knees into your chest. Kind of give them a little squeeze. Drop them off to the right side. We'll do a supine twist. And then look over your left shoulder if that feels good. Switch sides, knees back to center. Drop them over to the left. And then look over your right shoulder. There's always one side that feels so much better. That's this side. Or maybe I'm feeling it more. I need it more on this side. Come back to center. And then slowly find your way to down dog. Once you're in down dog, bring your right leg up. Half pigeon. Bring your right knee right behind your right wrist. And then your right ankle is in line with your left, but it's more, your heel will be tucked in kind of by your pelvis. Stretch your left leg out long behind you and then slowly bring your feet, your left foot to the center of the mat. So what we're stretching this pose is your piriformis. It's a muscle that's deep inside your glute. So you should feel it on your right side, so your right glute. So you may have to make just a few adjustments until you feel it. If you don't feel it, if you think you're in the right position but you're not feeling it, come down to your forearms or come all the way down. And then again, use your breath. Relax in the pose. And stay right where you're at if you've got it. If you don't have it, flip over onto your back. This is another way to do it. So onto your back. Bring your legs up. Cross your right ankle over your left knee and let your right knee kind of fall open. And then reach behind your left leg and kind of interlace your fingers if you can. Or if you have a towel and need to use a towel, that's cool. And again, you should feel it kind of on the right side. Keep your left foot nice and active. And then just stay right there. I'm gonna go back to half pigeon. This is one of my favorite poses. Actually, it's probably my favorite pose. And we'll be here for a couple of minutes. Slowly press up. Work your way out of half pigeon, or if you're in figure four, work your way out of that. If you're going to do figure four, again, just stay on your back. If you're in half pigeon, press back to down dog. And then stretch the right side out a little bit. And when you're ready, your left leg goes up. And then bring it through left knee behind left wrist. Left ankle in line with right. Walk your right foot so it's more towards the center, and then stretch your right toes long. And you should feel it right here in the left glute, your left piriformis. Again, sometimes it just takes like a millimeter or two adjustment. You're like, oh, there it is, I found it. Once you've got it, if you want to stay up, you can. You can come down. Again, use your breath. If you feel like, oh, this is too much, stay lifted up and really focus on your exhales, sending them to where you're tight and where you need to relax just a little. We carry a lot of emotions in our hips. And staying in half pigeon or figure four can be so freeing. So again, we'll be here for a couple of minutes. Stay longer if you like. Slowly find your way back to down dog. If you're in figure four, if you've been in figure four, just stay right on your back. And you'll be ready for our last pose. When you're ready to move on from down dog, find your way to your backs. For our final pose, Savasana. Spread out on your mat, take up space. Your only job, if you've been to my class, you know this, is to try not to move and to breathe. So just take this time with the busy weekend we all have ahead of us, just to reflect. Maybe to think of what you're grateful for. You're welcome to stay in Savasana as long as you like. But when you're ready, slowly wiggle your toes. Move your body in a way that feels good. Thank you all for practicing with me, for following along in this video. Again, make it your own. Take it as fast or as slow as you want. Our bodies are all different, and we need to do what feels good today for your body. You don't have to do everything I say. Just do what feels good to you today. Thanks. Have a Merry Christmas.